Everyone loves a good movie monologue. A movie monologue can either make or break a movie, and a lot of movies are known from their famous monologues.
Put that coffee down.
My favorite movie monologue, which you may have heard of, you may not have, I don't know if it's a very famous monologue, but it's from Michael Clayton. It's Tom Wilkinson's monologue, Rest His Soul. And Michael Clayton is about, it's a law firm brings in its fixer lawyer. He's like a lawyer who fixes any kind of situation. And they bring Michael Clayton in, who's played by George Clooney, to remedy this situation after a lawyer has a breakdown. That lawyer being Arthur, who is played by Tom Wilkinson. And he has a breakdown while representing a chemical company that he knows is guilty in a multi-billion-dollar class action lawsuit. This monologue is so amazing. I'm going to play it for you right now, and then I'm going to talk about it after. So stick around for after the monologue ends to hear what I think about it. But it's the best monologue I've ever heard.
Michael. Dear Michael. Of course it's you. Who else could they send? Who else could be trusted? And I know it's a long way and you're ready to go to work. All I'm saying is wait. Just wait. Just please hear me out, because this is not an episode. Relapse. Fuck up. I'm begging you, Michael. I'm begging you. Try and make believe this is not just madness, because this is not just madness. 2 weeks ago, I came out of the building, okay? I'm running across 6th Avenue. There's a car waiting. I got exactly 38 minutes to get to the airport, and I'm dictating. There's this panicked associate sprinting along beside me, scribbling in a notepad, and suddenly she starts screaming, and I realize we're standing in the middle of the street, the lights change, and there's this wall of traffic, serious traffic speeding towards us, and I freeze. I can't move. And I'm suddenly consumed with the overwhelming sensation that I'm covered with some sort of film. And it's in my hair, my face, and it's like a glaze, like a coating. And at first I thought, my God, I know what this is. This is some sort of amniotic embryonic fluid. I'm drenched in afterbirth. I've breached the chrysalis. I've been reborn. But then the traffic, the stampede, the cars, the trucks, the horns, boom, is screaming, and I'm thinking, no, reset. This is not rebirth. This is some kind of giddy illusion of renewal that happens in the final moment before death. And then I realized, no, this is completely wrong, because I look back at the building and I had the most stunning moment of clarity. I realized, Michael, that I had emerged, not through the doors of Kenner, Bach, and Lodine, not through the portals of our vast and powerful law firm, but from the asshole of an organism whose sole function is to excrete the poison, the ammo, the defoliant necessary for other, larger, more powerful organisms to destroy the miracle of humanity. And that I had been coded in this patina of shit for the best part of my life. The stench of it and the stain of it would in all likelihood take the rest of my life to undo. And you know what I did? I took a deep cleansing breath and I set that notion aside. I tabled it. I said to myself, as clear as this may be, as potent a feeling as this is, as true a thing as I believe that I have witnessed today, it must wait. It must stand the test of time. And Michael, the time is now.
And this monologue, to me, is just... It totally makes this movie. It's such an insane, hilarious, crazy monologue. It starts off, semi-normal, but then the craziness really ramps up quite quickly. And then it kind of stabilizes, it gets normal, but then very, very rapidly it gets even crazier and crazier. The rambling is absolutely hilarious. It really captures the insanity of the speaker, like the little micro stutters in the speech really nail the crazy aspect. I love the part where he talks about the amniotic embryonic fluid and being drenched in the afterbirth, and then after saying that he's breached the chrysalis. It's just things you never hear these things in everyday life, and there's such funny ways to describe, I guess, what he's trying to say, and you don't really know what he's talking about at first, because it's just hard to put two and two together with what is being drenched in afterbirth, what is breaching the chrysalis, what is the chrysalis, what is amniotic embryonic fluid and why is he covered in it? It's just very confusing and hilarious. I also love the juxtaposition of this crazy monologue with the calm orderliness of the cleaning of the law firm building, which we're watching on the screen as we hear the monologue. It's a great way to put a calm setting against a crazy monologue. And I also love how in the monologue, we don't really know what he's talking about. We can kind of piece together what he's talking about over the course of the monologue, but it's still kind of confusing up until the end of it, where we kind of get a feel for, okay, he's talking about the law firm. But even then, it's still kind of confusing about what he is really talking about. What is he really getting at? The monologue is also amazing for setting up what is going to happen later in the movie. It really sets up perfectly the craziness of Arthur. After hearing this, we expect this guy to be absolutely insane. Totally lost his mind, crazy. And we haven't even seen him yet, or even know what's going to happen in the movie. All we get is this monologue at the beginning that is completely insane, and it just makes you think oh my god, this guy has lost his mind. I cannot wait to see what's going to happen. I can't wait to actually see this character on screen to match the craziness with a face. And with that, it hooks you so quickly and completely absorbs you as you're trying to ingest almost every single word that's being spoken. I remember the first time I watched this movie and heard that monologue, I think I listened to it 3 times just to fully absorb what was being said, because it was just so amazing to me. Because at the time, I had heard other movie monologues, but I had never heard something at that caliber. I had never heard something like that. And when I did hear it, I was like, oh my god, that was I was in love with it. It was amazing. It piqued my interest so heavily that I just had to keep listening to it over and over again. And I love how the monologue just gets weirder and weirder when it goes on, comparing the law firm with an asshole that excretes poison. It's just a hilarious analogy and it gives you funny mental images and thoughts, and it's just insane. I also love how it's a crescendo, building up and up and up, keeps building. The talking gets faster and more intense. Arthur's voice is getting more intense all the while. And then finally, as the intern rolls the cart into the room with all the lawyers working, he ends, and then the monologue shuts off, and then we're set into the movie. It's just perfect. It's also great how you don't even know if he's talking to himself or to someone else, because at the beginning he's talking to Michael, when he says oh Michael, I know they'd send you. And then before that, we hear a jail cell closing and keys jingling. So you think maybe he could be talking to someone, but then the way he's rambling just makes you think that he's just rambling insanity to himself. And I guess this monologue, props to Tom Wilkinson, because it, I think, perfectly captures a mental breakdown or psychosis or someone off their meds, schizophrenia, something like that. It I think perfectly captures the essence of someone just totally losing their minds. I love the part where it's he gets confused while talking about what he's talking about, and then it goes from confusion into realization, and then back into confusion, and then back into realization. When he goes, when he talks about the amniotic embryonic fluid and being drenched in afterbirth, into I've breached the chrysalis, and then he gets confused, and then he goes, no, this isn't rebirth. This is some giddy illusion of renewal that happens in the final moment before death. Then he corrects himself again and goes, no. And then this leads to the analogy of the law firm being an asshole that's sole function is to excrete poison to destroy the miracle of humanity, and basically realizing that he has been just a pawn of the law firm being used to destroy people's lives, essentially. And it's going to take him the rest of his life to fix. All in all, I just think this monologue pumps you the hell up, and it gets you so excited to see what the hell is going on in this movie. Who is this guy? What made him so insane? Is he really this insane? It's just such an amazing way to open up a movie, and a monologue at that. Like it's not even like acting and speaking. It's just a monologue, and we're listening to it over mundane things happening, like a law firm being cleaned. It's amazing. And then the way they connect the two, like the law firm being cleaned with the monologue, and then how the monologue ends, leading into the busy law firm with the lawyers working through the night, is just an amazing connection and juxtaposition from the previously calm shots of the building being cleaned. Just an amazing opening to a movie. And if you haven't seen this movie, you have to go see it. The movie is amazing. It's definitely worth your while. Please go check it out. But yeah, I'm Jack. Hopefully you like this video. Let me know in the comments what your favorite movie monologues are. If you like this video, give it a like and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.